Hey, yo, what is going on, guys? Got a brand new deck guide for you guys today. Today, we're going to be going over a Hydra Stomper DarkHawk deck that was also using the brand new Ezekiel Sims. This is actually how it performed on screen. I feel like I point to the wrong side every time. It's actually going to be on this side. But this is how it actually performed on stream. I had a 30-game sample size, and this deck, honestly, was a lot of fun. Has a bunch of different outs, so if you don't want to just pour completely into the Stomper route, you have the DarkHawk route, so you can kind of have some flexibility and a nice hybrid over here. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. So here is the deck on screen. So it is very similar to kind of like a Hydra Stomper kind of list in general, but you're adding the DarkHawk line in case you don't get all the move cards. You need to be able to do the move functions. And this deck has been, like, I mean, there's so many, like, different ways, I think, to get a lot of value, which I really enjoy here. It is very similar to what Toxie was playing, Toxic Soul King, in the Golden Gauntlet tournament. Him and Dance kind of came together and built this kind of list, and then I've kind of innovated it just slightly. I added Ezekiel Sims. I think I removed some sort of like a tech piece or a move piece, I think is kind of was the thought process was. I believe I took out Mercury and I put Sims in there because I'm not seeing as much move on the meta right now, and I wanted to use Sims as another good scaler in this list. And it feels honestly really solid having different cards to be able to buff your Sims in order to move Zeke out. Which, by the way, if you guys did not know what Ezekiel Sims does, Ezekiel Sims is the brand new Series 5 card, which is a 2-cost, 2-power card with the ability, after you play a card here with higher power, give this +2 power and move it to another location. Something really cool with this is, since you are playing Hydra Stomper, let's say you play your Hydra Stomper onto a Silk, which is in the Ezekiel Sims lane. The Silk will move first, giving you that Hydra Stomper extra proc for the ongoing power, and then your Sims will move after it's got the extra power. So if your Sims is bigger than Stomper at that point, but then your Stomper gets past that point for Sims and is able to move it, Sims will then move. So there is instances, of course, it does matter where the cards are located on the board because, of course, you know, first card in the lane is the first card that reacts to the new card being played. So just kind of keep that in mind when it comes to this card. So, like, if Silk is the first card, Zeke is the second card, that's how you're able to get that Stomper value because it reacts that way. Otherwise, your Zeke would probably stay in that lane instead of moving with the Hydra Stomper. But with that in mind, we, of course, have Mystique in this list to be able to copy DarkHawk or to be able to copy your Hydra Stomper in here. You have Terrax and Korg as your main enablers for DarkHawk, which is okay, honestly, to have those as some of your two main enablers in this list because you're going to have instances where you're just going to have priority and have more power on the board to give you some extra Terrax value. Of course, you know, rest in peace, you know, Rock Slide, not be able to use Rock Slide really in these style lists. I mean, people still are playing Rock Slide in DarkHawk, but not in this style of list. And of course, you have movement cards with your Hydra Bob as a movement card. That is good for your Batroc, good for your Hydra Stomper, also good for Craving. You also have, you know, Batroc moving. You have Sam Wilson Shield. You have Silk. And then, of course, you have those as your main ones. Zeke is another move card. So you don't have a crazy amount of move cards, but you're able to move a lot to be able to get a good chunk of value in this. But let's go ahead and break down why we have each card in this list individually, and the deck code will be down, of course, in the description below. First and foremost, we got Batroc. Batroc follows any card that moves once per turn, so it'll follow your opponent's cards that move, it'll follow your cards that move. Really good with Sam Wilson Shield, really good with Silk, really good with your Ezekiel Sims, allowing you to just get more movement procs to be able to get some of that value for your Hydra Stomper and for your Craven, and to have another scaler on the board. Next, we have Korg. Korg, you're popping rocks into your opponent's deck because you're running DarkHawk. Boom, Korg. It's another cheap card you can kind of play onto Silk too. Hydra Bob, it's a card that has a higher kind of base power than your Ezekiel Sims. You could play this onto your Ezekiel Sims to move it because Zeke starts at a 2/2. It's another move card for your Hydra Stomper, another just good powered card to be able to play down with a DarkHawk later on in the game at a 1/4. Next, of course, we do have Ezekiel Sims. Is, of course, the brand new Series 5 card we're using in this list as another scaler, which does work really well for you. There is a world where if you don't have Bob, you could try something like a Black Cat. It's just not going to necessarily give you that one-to-one value because you're also able to use your Bob as a move piece here in order to get out of lanes if you're trying to clog it potentially. Like maybe you're trying to get White Hot Room or you're trying to get the Raft here. You can snap your Bob to move your Bob out so you're not stuck in that lane after you've gotten that location. And like I said, it's a movement piece for your Hydra Stomper and potentially for Craven and for Batroc. And then, of course, you do have Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson, of course, you can move the shield repeatedly, giving you options for your Hydra Stomper, for your Craven, for your Batroc. A lot of instances, you're stacking up Sam Wilson in the same lane as your Craven, so you're getting extra power in that lane. Or if you're really worried about Bird's board space, you can kind of separate them so you can continue to get the Batroc procs onto Kraven and get some Sam Wilson value. But you're kind of wanting to set up your moves in such a way, maybe in this list, to play them off of each other just so you have space to be able to move a lot of stuff around. Next, of course, we have Kraven in here. Gets +2 power whenever a card moves, whether that is your card or your opponent's card. So Kraven can be another one of your scalers that you can have in this list that works well with a lot of the move cards because it's mainly more of a move list because you don't have as many DarkHawk pieces. But you have enough DarkHawk pieces to also enable you to be able to, run kind of like that Mystique kind of package too. Of course, you have Silk. It's a 2/5 that moves continually throughout the course of the game, giving you that Hydra Stomper value, giving you options to be able to hit Kraven multiple times, giving your Batroc options to move. Just really good kind of card to help you scale with these movements. And your opponent has to always guess and try and preemptively, I'm not moving Silk or I am going to move Silk kind of situation. Of course, there's going to be games where Silk can throw your game and clogs you, but you kind of play around that yourself in order to set yourself up in a way where you're not necessarily going to clog yourself. And of course, you have Mystique. Mystique copies your Hydra Stomper and copies your DarkHawk. Only 2 ongoing cards to copy in this list, but they're 2 of the better ongoing cards to be able to copy in this list, which gives you a lot of different outs and a lot of different options, because your opponent's probably going to think you're going to be copying more of a DarkHawk, but copying, honestly, a Hydra Stomper in some cases is better because you're maybe not shuffling as many rocks into your opponent's decks to be able to get that extra DarkHawk value. And then, of course, Hydra Stomper. It's an ongoing. It gets +1 power for each time one of your cards moved. Silk bouncing around, Shield bouncing around, Batroc bouncing around, Sims bouncing around. Like, you have a bunch of different options to be able to get this to really scale pretty well and kind of steal some games for you guys because people forget about the Stomper power and how if you move this card a certain amount of times, you're going to be able to continue to scale. People are like, well, Hydra Stomper just got a low base power. It's not going to do whatever. But, like, sometimes later even in the game, you can get some really cool just, like, chain reactions with your Hydra Stomper, which does feel really nice. Of course, you have Terex in this list as well. You have the option to potentially shuffle 3 rocks into your opponent's decks. Of course, you can shuffle rocks into your own deck too, depending on if you were winning locations or not. Of course, if locations are neutral, you do not shuffle any rocks based off of that location. So just kind of keep that in mind when it comes to this card. But this is like one of the main key focal points in DarkHawk right now. So this card does incredibly well, and if you don't have Terex, you could try Rock Slide, but you're not really wanting to just but like use it turn 4 just to do rock stuff, whereas this is like a good turn 3, potentially onto your Ezekiel Sims as well to be able to move your Sims and get value for some of your cards later in the game. And then, of course, you have Miles. Whenever a card moves, this card, of course, costs 1. It's a good card to be able to play later in the game as well, whether that is with a Mystique or whether that is with a DarkHawk, because you're moving so many pieces. I'm not really going to be tempoing out Miles, like, ever. It's a later piece in the game, so your opponent really has to guess where you're playing an extra 6 power, because I'd rather have that kind of as hidden intel opposed to just throwing it out and then having to be able to calculate there in the moment. I want them to have a harder time calculating how much power they need in each lane. Of course, then we have DarkHawk. They have to count how many cards they have in their deck in order to, go against the DarkHawk value here. We have Terex, we have Korg, and I've seen a lot of Airshim on the ladder too, so I think DarkHawk's honestly a pretty good play right now at the moment with the surplus of Airshim I'm seeing. But it's a DarkHawk Hydra Stomper list. That's going to be the gist of the deck breakdown. We're going to go ahead and jump right into some gameplay from stream. If you guys do enjoy the video, definitely feel free to check out the streams. We do stream Marvel Snap almost every single day, and we're posting deck guides from stream pretty much. We play the decks on stream, and then we upload the decks here onto YouTube. So if you want to check that out, definitely feel free to. It's normally streaming around that 10-11 EST time, kind of like that overnight crew. But yeah, honestly, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Definitely feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new, if you do enjoy the content, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. All right, they get my Mystique, and I get their Abs Man. Oh yeah, Terex is giving us 2 rocks there. Okay. So I can go Batroc. Oh, this is going to be interesting. If I go Batroc right, they go Kitty. This is going to be a Hunger deck. And I get Daily Bugle. Breaking news. Mystique. I get my Mystique back. Oh, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. So Batroc, I'm going to move Batroc into the middle with the shield. And then I have also Zeke going to be able to bounce around, which is cool. They got my Bob and Kitty. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I have the Raft. I'm going to just fill Raft here, actually. We fill Raft here. Bob moves. I guess technically I didn't need a snap, but I guess snapping into Raft is pretty nice as well. There's the Magneto. Is that about to be a Mobius here? Shield. We move that over. They zombie witch. Oh, wait. This is actually kind of huge for us. This actually... Because I'm going to end up moving witch over. I'm going to do... Wow. Okay, this should just be... Holy smokes, this is crazy. And then I'm gonna leave Terex out. There's also a world where I do this instead to move Zeke. No, I think I'm gonna do the original play. I think it's the original play, and I have Miles for Zeke. We do know they have Absman. And I play this in the right way to be able to play Absman next turn. I move the witch over so they don't get that extra value there. I'm going to shuffle some rocks into their deck. They go Merlin, Kitty, Ham. And it goes right. Okay. So then I can go Absman. I'll move Shield over here. And then I will play Miles middle. And they're going to have a lot of rocks in their deck, is my thought process there. And I always draw DarkHawk. If we don't draw DarkHawk, it's going to be a little rough, but I like what we're starting with here. Yeah, what's going on, River? Once in future, out the Ham. Okay. Into Katie and Mercury. Okay, so we're locked in right. Fair enough. Fair enough. But they have so many rocks that we draw DarkHawk. No! We don't draw DarkHawk. It is a hawk-free zone. But they never draw Giant Man, right? They never draw Giant Man. Cannonball's coming here. Cannonball, they're going to move Merc over here. Probably Cannonball here. Or they Cannonball here. If they Cannonball here, this goes up. They play 2 cards. They would go Cannonball. They have to move Merc over here to Cannonball it. But yeah, we put so many rocks into their deck. It's just, there's so much value there for us. Gaming with Flash, you say? The Flash. You want to play Devil Dino? Well, you can play Devil Dino. Go ahead, Justin. Feel free. Feel free to play the Dino. And lose more, but don't lose more. Play the Dino, but don't lose. Okay? Play the Dino, but don't lose. These locations are so bad. So bad for a new card right here. Zeke. Big Zeke guy. Big Zeke guy. What is this? Wait, actually, this is a great DarkHawk location. This is a really great DarkHawk location. Spider-Punk. I could snap into the Terax, right? Snapping me back. Snapping me back. I'm going to move shield right, actually. They silk. There's Spider-Man. Moves a raptor over. Well, now... It might hurt me a little bit. A little bit. But trust. We're going to be so Gucci. So Gucci here now, all right? Are we ready?
Trust me, guys. Trust.
Are we ready for this one? I have DarkHawk in hand. That's why I like this. That is why I like this. They have to play big card. They go vision. Zeke go middle. Go middle, Zeke. Left is not necessarily what we wanted, but it does give us some awesome options here. I go shield. Or I could, yeah, let me go shield. Shield right. Into Stomper. They have to play card right if they want to hit DarkHawk. And then I'm going to go, which they might honestly, they're going to move some things around here, it looks like, I bet. They move this here. They move Punk right. Punk comes right. So because they can't play there. So I do this, that, and just in case. Or it's this, that, this, that, that. There's a lot I gotta do here. So do this, that. Is it cannonball right? I do lose a cannonball right too. I do lose if it is cannonball. Is Flash running cannonball? Flash might be running cannonball. Wait, I think we lose the cannonball. Miles. Cannonball left. Stomper. Ooh, that's a good move for him. But it's not enough power! It's not enough power! I'm glad we put the Stomper left. That's a big Sims, though. Big Sims. We're about even up. We're about evened up now. This is pretty good. This could be, like, potentially this could be kind of snappable. Are there decks people don't hate? There probably are decks people don't hate. Yeah, Cerebro is pain. Pain. How are we doing, though? Welcome in, Pog. Okay, so we have Prio here. Quinjet does make this a little scary, but we do get, yeah, no, the mines are the worst. The freaking worst. How we doing, Flash? Jeez. Is this just a snap because I have Hawk into Mystique? Is this a snap because I have Hawk Mystique? Or no? I think it might be. I think it might be, but they have, I mean, it's Eris from Quinjet, right? Which, if they get Destroyer down, they get Destroyer down. Okay. I have the Hulk. I has the Hulk. Yeah, this is pretty much what like Toxie was running in the tournament. But except we are running, what do we call it? We're running Zeke over Spider-Man. Zeke over Spider-Man. Okay, so they win the location. Cool. Cool. I now just go DarkHawk left. DarkHawk goes left. And I have Mystique. Enchantress right. I do not think I'm too worried about that card. If I'm being fully honest. I go Hawk. Sacre bleu. And then Zeke goes middle, allowing me to Mystique middle and getting infinite value. All right. Here we go. They're not expecting a DarkHawk either. Sentinel, what's coming middle over here? Okay. They go Beta Ray. Okay, so another card in their deck into Luke Cage. I go Hawk. Thank you very much. Batroc also goes right there. And then I get to play Mystique right. It's either Mystique right or Mystique middle. I think it's Mystique right. If they Eliath me right, that's a lot of power for them for the Eliath. That's their Iron Patriot card. Yeah. Thank you very much. That'll work. You know how crazy that is? That is 1-6 to another 1-6, right? Like, holy smokes, dude. Holy. Okay, so we lost our Ezekiel Sims. They lost their Surge. I keep my Bob. It's possible to play this probably without Terrax. You probably would do... Like, you'd have to run Grandmaster if that's the thing. You definitely would, like, have to run Grandmaster. This is for Domino coming middle. Or Merlin. That also works. They might be running Mercury here. They could run Mercury, which would make this really unfortunate for me. I'm going to go Sam Bob. Rock Slide's just too expensive. Yeah. Rock Slide you could play, but it's not going to get the job done for you, unfortunately. I go Sam Bob middle. Or in case they play Mobius, maybe I go Sam Miles right. Just in case. There's the Mercury. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. A bit unfortunate there. But I do have DarkHawk. I could go... I can't move here. If I go... It's like Bob Stomper if I want to play Stomper, but I don't play Stomper. Oh. Oh. Okay. They don't have Wiccan just yet, which is good. Okay. This could be Wiccan here. It could be Wiccan. Cosmic Ghost Rider left. Into Omniversal. Into Machine World. Into Clubhouse. Can they win all lanes? They polymorph into Cannonball? I can't move the shield because we got hit by Cosmic Ghost Rider. How are you losing Klubs to Airish and playing DarkHawk? What happened? What happened? Eliathings? Oh. Yo, catch you later, Zix. You have a good one. All right, Fudge. What are you hitting me with? The Hood. To get this. Well. Is Fudge still running Mercury or I don't think Fudge is running Mercury in this deck. This kind of sucks though. If I go Sam, I need to go Sam right for Iron Patriot right here. Or Merlin. That also is a little wild. Limbo. I could do this. Put some more rocks into his deck. Put some rocks into his deck. I mean, he's going to set up Surge Merc there. Or not Surge Merc. Surge Misery. There's Werewolf. Go Shield, Craven, Batroc. So Lady Deathstrike is either... Lady Deathstrike would be middle. So there is a world... Just in case he's running Mercury, right? I don't play Batroc in there as well. And I know Fudge also is running Chi. There's Nico into Killmonger. Viper. Okay. He's playing Werewolf. Interesting. All right. So now, if I go... I could snap into Hawk Mystique. Potentially here. It's kind of my thought process there. Baby is doing great, actually. Does he turn off Limbo? If he turns off Limbo, he finishes with Wolf there. It would be Chi into Omniversal. It'd be like Chi, Poly, Omniversal. Or Chi, Omniversal, Poly, and they finish here. They also have Demon, so it's going to be Chi, Demon, Omniversal. That's cool. That's a really cool play. That's a really cool play. Really, really cool play. No Killmonger, no problem. That was a bit unfortunate. But let's see, what do we got? Chavez. What do we got over here? Oh, that Korg would have been interesting. Uncle Ben. Oh, I see what we're playing. We're playing the Morgan Le Fay deck. Big Le Fay situation here. Which Valley of the Hand gives me another Korg. There's the Airwalker. It does also give me another Bob. That's fine. That is fine. Just a regular Killmonger. My Bobs won't move until the very end there. So I'm not opposed to this snap. Death, Nico. Ben, Chavez. I go Korg. Batroc, Bob. Bob moves. Do we snap the Bobs moving back again? They could have another Killmonger, but I like our options here a lot. We lose if they have a Cosmic Ghost Rider. Well, actually, no. Even if they have Cosmic Ghost Rider, I have another DarkHawk here, and I have another Bob that gets to move over. It's my thought process. They probably don't stay in this game. They probably retreat. But we snap back into the draws we just got here. Or at least can get another additional movement. They could have another death. If they have another death, they have to play death here. There's Carnage. And so there's the Morgan, and there's another death. Cool. That'll work. That will work. No Killmonger, no problem. Yes. See. We do get this. Do I just Korg middle because? Korg middle because? Ooh, this is a good location for us. I'm gonna go Zeke. Is this, wait, is this Cerebro 3? Surely it's not Cerebro 3, right? This sucks. These locations are freaking awful for us. I mean, I'll get Stomper there, but like even then, like it's if I don't get Sam, Cosmo. It would be this. Snap that middle. This is me legitimately just snapping Bob middle. Or snapping Bob left. Legitimately all that is. Which this could just be a witch, which if they want a witch there, they can. They go Bastion to get another Makari. I get Kraven and I get Terrax. Makari goes left again. I go... Hawk moves Sims left. They go Magic. They're playing this version of C3? Okay. Which this is a bit unfortunate for us. I go Mystique, Terrax. They go Bast, Chameleon. And I go... Miles. If they have Cerebro Mystique, right? Left goes up 12. They go to 33. I lose. This is 17, 17. I think I need more power there. Did they draw bro? They did not draw bro. Sweet. Not drawing bro is nice. Super flow. Do I get Sam? No Sam. We're just going to lean into this now. Now, if Pizza Dad has Mercury, we're screwed. Jeff, this makes me think either Cerebro 3 or Storm Legion things. Come on, Pizza Dad. Don't be Storm Legion things. You know better than that. Let it be Cerebro 3. Just let it be Cerebro 3. Respect it. I respect it, Pizza Dad. I respect it. Even though I don't really respect Cerebro, but... Quantum Realm, that's pretty good for them. Yikes. No, it's not. All right, so I get Zeke moving. They can't play anything. I mean, I guess if they have Luke, they can play whatever they want into Quantum Realm, you know? Yo, I can't wait either, Kelly. I am very, very excited too. This is good movement, but I think we might be in a pickle. Another Sentinel. Okay, so they'll just end up probably moving Jeff onto Quantum. Batroc moves. If I can actually get Zeke over, that could be pretty sick. Zeke, of course, went the wrong way. But that's fine. We do get Sam. Yeah, that's what my wife was saying too. It's better to have siblings closer in age because like they can truly become like best friends, which is so awesome, right? So awesome. I do think it is... I mean, I could go Hydra. I think I actually go Stompies. I think we're kind of just cooked here. I think we go Stompies into Mystique Right. I think we kind of have to kind of like commit to that bit. Kind of have to commit to that now. They go probably Sentinel Bro. Sentinel Cosmo. I don't hate that for us. I go Mystique, Sam. Keep some stuff moving. Or is this ever... No, I think I do have to go... I do have to do this, which is not going to move my Sims, but it will move my Silk. And maybe they bro onto Quantum Realm. So Silk moves. Zeke doesn't move, right? Oh, Zeke does move. Oh! Wait, that's actually crazy. I did not think it would work like that. I did not think it would work like that. What is going on, CL King? So if I go shield over here, Batroc moves there. I think we lose. But if I can get Silk and stuff moving, maybe it's not a complete L. I think they move Jeff over and they go Cerebro Mystique. If they have it, which if they have it, we lose to that. If they snap, we get out of here. I mean, if they... Oh, they doubled right. Okay. So this goes... DarkHawk moves Sims left. And then I just need... Is it Silk middle? No. Okay. Wait, unless... Oh, no, we're just cooked. Wait, are we not dead? Wait. Okay, we're not dead. Actually, not half bad. Actually, not half bad. Wow. But yo, Collection King, it is good to see you. How has your day been? Twin sister and 3 brothers for you? Nice. Yeah, I have 3 sisters. I am 2 years apart from my middle sister, and then I am 4 years apart from the twins. Yeah, we beat Cerebro 3 with this. That's pretty cool. The way this ended, too, Silk had to hit left. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys did stick around the very end, let me know down below. Did you guys pick up Zeke? Did you guys pick up Chameleon? I'm hoping to do a Chameleon video tomorrow, maybe with a crazy 3-drop slam deck. Maybe. We'll see how we feel on stream tonight and see which Chameleon decks kind of stick out to us. But yeah, definitely if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know down below for your thoughts and how you guys are feeling about the season so far as well. And definitely feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. It's been real. God bless, and Tucker out.